गोपीजनवल्लभा गिरिवरधारी यशोधानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोधानन्दन यशोधानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुनातीरावनचारी यमुनातीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय राधा विनोद राधे जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा सुभद्रमाय जय सुदर्शना सुभद्रमाय जय सुदर्शन जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 27, Verse number 20. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So 4:27:20. Daurbhagyenatmano loke विश्रुता दुर्भगेति सा या तुष्टा राजर्षयेतु वृतादात् पूरवे वरम् दुर्भाग्येनात्मनो लोके विश्रुता दुर्भगेति सा या तुष्टा राजर्षयेतु वृतादात् पूरवे वरम् दौर्भाग्येणात्मनो लोके विश्रुता दुर्भगेति सा या तुष्टा राजर्षयेतु वृतादात् पूरवे वरम् दौर्भाग्येनात्मनो लोके विश्रुता दुर्भगेति सा या तुष्टा राजर्षयेतु वृतादात् पूरवे वरम् दौर्भाग्येणात्मनो लोके विश्रुता दुर्भगेति सा या तुष्टा राजर्षयेतु Daurbhagyena, on account of misfortune, Atmanaha, of herself, Loke, in the world, Vishrutha, celebrated, Durbhaga, most unfortunate, Iti, thus, Sa, she, Ya, who, Tushta, being satisfied, Rajarashaye, unto the great king, Tu, but, Vrata, being accepted, Adat, delivered, Purave, unto King Puru, Varam, benediction. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The daughter of time, Jara, was very unfortunate. Consequently, she was known as Durbhaga, ill-fated. However, she was once pleased with a great king, and because the king accepted her, she granted him a great benediction. As Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings, Sabha Sukha Bhagala. All kinds of happiness disappear in old age. Consequently, no one likes old age or Jara. Thus, Jara, as the daughter of time, is known as a most unfortunate daughter. She was, however, at one time accepted by a great king Yayati. Yayati was cursed by his father-in-law Shukracharya to accept her. When Shukracharya's daughter was married to King Yayati, one of her friends named Sharmishta went with her. Later, King Yayati became very much attached to Sharmishta, and Shukracharya's daughter complained to her father. Consequently, Shukracharya cursed King Yayati to become prematurely old. King Yayati had 5 youthful sons, and he begged all his sons to exchange their youth for his old age. No one agreed except the youngest son, whose name was Puru. Upon accepting Yayati's old age, Puru was given the kingdom. It is said that 2 of Yayati's other sons, being disobedient to their father, were given kingdoms outside of India, most probably Turkey and Greece. The purport is that one can accumulate wealth of all kinds of material opulences, but during old age one cannot enjoy them. Although Puru attained his father's kingdom, he could not enjoy all the opulence, for he had sacrificed his youth. One should not wait for old age in order to become Krishna conscious. Due to the invalidity of old age, one cannot make progress in Krishna consciousness. However opulent he may be, he may be materially. ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामने गौरत्वसे नमः। हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरो दीनतारिणम्। The daughter of time, Jara, was very unfortunate. Consequently, she was known as Durbhaga, ill-fated. However, she was once pleased with a great king, and because the king accepted her, she granted him a great benediction. Hare Krishna. So Puranjana story continues. Chandavega, the king Yavanaraj, is attacking along with his soldiers. 360 Gandharvas and Gandharvis are attacking and plundering the city of Puranjana. So Puranjana was fighting, the Prana Shakti of Puranjana was also fighting. But finally, he started becoming old. Old age came. Old age represents Jara. Right? So Durbhaga, she is called as Durbhaga. And when one becomes old, one loses the capacity to fight, the ability to resist diseases, the immunity, all that goes down. So that's why nobody likes old age. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Saba sukha bhagala, sab sukh bhag jata hai. One can't eat peacefully. He can't eat whatever he likes to eat. Can't digest. Right? Srila Prabhupada says, quotes that famous verse from Mukundamala Stotra of King Kulashekara Maharaj. What is that verse? Yeah, that is there. That was Krishna Tvadiya Padapangaj Panjarantam Advaivame Vishata Manasarajaham Sa Prana Prayana Same Kafavata Vittayar. At the time of death, he says, Kafavata Vittayar Kantavarodhana Vido Smaranam Kutaste. So when one becomes old and is about to die, how can he think of Lord? Because the throat is choked up, he can't breathe, so there is no proper consciousness. So how can he think of Krishna? So, another verse also he says, Shata Sandhi Jarjaram Kimoshadham Prichasi Muda Durmate Niramayam Krishna Rasanam Pava. He says that this body, this Idam Shariram Parinama Peshalam, at one point of time it has to fall. And at that time there will be a lot of pain. Right? As I was telling in one of the other class, if you sit, you can't get up. Right? If you get up, you can't sit down. It's a lot of pain. Right? Arthritis and back pain and headache and digestion. So, because of all these things, one cannot be happy. Sabha sukha bhagala, sab sukh bhag jata hai. Right? Even family members also don't care much. Shankaracharya says, Yavad vitto parjana shaktaha tavan nija parivaro raktaha. As long as a person has the ability to earn money, and all family members will stick to him. But as soon as he loses all the wealth or the ability to earn wealth, then people reject him. So that's the nature of this world, isn't it? This materialistic world is like this. So the people are attracted to money which a person has, and not to the person himself. So in cultured society, the five people are always protected and given importance, isn't it? The children and the old people, the women and the cows and brahmanas. These are the five. These five people are always given protection and importance. Because if these five people are protected, the society will be much happier. But when these five people are neglected, which happens in an uncultured society, so then there will be a lot of disturbance in the society. Jai Shishi Radha Vinod Ji ki jai. Shishi Jagannath Baladev Subramanya ki jai. Shishi Gaurnita ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So personally speaking, nobody wants to become old because one loses the ability to work, ability to earn, ability to enjoy. So that's why Jara was always rejected. Nobody accepted her. She didn't get a match. For a girl, it is important that one gets a good match so that one can stay with a nice husband and live a happy family life. But here Jara is not getting any match for marriage. At one verse before it said, My dear King Prachini Varishad, at this time the daughter of formidable time was seeking her husband throughout the three worlds. Although no one agreed to accept her, she came. Yes, nobody was accepting her, but still she came here. And one verse before that it is mentioned that King Puranjana was busy collecting tax, earning money, and thus was able to engage in sexual indulgence. Being completely under the control of women, he could not understand that his life was passing away and that he was reaching the point of death. So he was very soon coming closer to the death. So a person who is engaged in sense gratification, he doesn't know how the time is passing. Quickly time passes. That is the nature of sense gratification. Nowadays we see on boys, they open their smartphone and keep room scrolling. Doom scrolling is a new term for me. Scrolling, and 2 hours, 3 hours has passed and realize, I wasted so much of time. So the nature of sense gratification is that time passes very fast and later on realize, so much time is lost. Similarly, a person who is indulging in sense gratification, earning money and enjoying life, suddenly one day he will realize, I have become old. No, I cannot enjoy anymore. So that's how old age comes unknowingly. She doesn't tell I am coming, but slowly she will come. Right? What are the symptoms of old age? First symptom is one white hair will come. Right? And some wrinkles will come. And then body starts giving pain, back pain, leg pain. Right? and then digestion becomes weak. So these are the symptoms that person is becoming old. In youth, one is able to do lot of physical service, but when one crosses 40, 45, and he will see that ability goes away. He is no longer able to do those activities which he did in his 20s or 30s, right? So then he starts feeling, "Arey, I am not able to do all these things. Then how will I survive? And how will I show that I am powerful?" So then one starts getting into crisis, a mental crisis between success, accomplishments, and gratification, and his own physical abilities to enjoy. So that's why nobody likes old age, invalidity. So that's why her name is Durbhaga. Means one who is ill-fated. खराब है उसका नसीब. And anybody marries her, उसका नसीब भी खराब हो जाता है. Right? So there are some people with very bad karmas, no? And if such kind of match comes, खराब हो जाता है. The family becomes very destroyed, very much destroyed. That's why one has to see all the kundali and charts before getting a match and marriage. But here, Jara, everybody knew that she is ill-fated. Nobody wanted her. But somehow one king accepted her. And who was that? First Yayati accepted, forcefully accepted, because Shukracharya cursed Yayati to become old. Right? So you know the whole story, right? So Yayati was a great king in Chandravamsha. And one day he was going for excursion, and he found some sound coming from the wells, and he was thirsty also. He wanted to go drink water. He found inside of the dry well, and there was one lady inside the well who was not having any clothes, and she was just trying to survive inside. And Yayati saw the state of this lady. He gave the hand and picked her up and rescued her, protected her, and she felt very grateful. And she immediately decided that you are my husband because you have saved me and protected me, and you have given your hand to me. So then the match was made. But actually, Yayati was a Kshatriya and she was a Brahmani. So that match is not proper, not considered to be proper. So Yayati asked, how can this marriage be proper? Then she said that actually she was cursed, that she will not get a Brahmana husband. So this is already destined, that I will get a Kshatriya who is of a lower caste. And Brahman is higher caste, Kshatriya is lower, then lower is Vaishya, then Shudra. So it is destined, so I think you should marry me. Then news goes to Shukracharya. Shukracharya arranges the marriage. But Devani puts a condition that this Sharmishta should become my maid servant, because she has thrown me into the well. There is a small fight between the ladies there. So during the fight, Sharmishta, who was a Kshatrani, insulted Devayani, and actually both happened. Devayani insulted Sharmishta, and Sharmishta insulted Devayani, tit for tat, and finally Sharmishta was a Kshatrani, so she used her power. So she threw her into the well, right? Removed her clothes and threw her into the well, and then went off. So then Yayati happened to come there and then rescued. So Devani wanted to take revenge. So Sharmishta has to be my maid servant throughout my life. So then Sharmishta's father also got the news, Sharmishta's father. Even before Shukracharya would curse Sharmishta or the king, he came and begged forgiveness. Then Shukracharya said, okay, I forgive you, but she has to become the maid servant of my daughter. So that was agreed upon, and then Yayati married Devani. Sharmishta went as a maid servant, but Devani had put a condition. Shukracharya also put this condition that Yayati should not marry Sharmishta or unite with Sharmishta, because Kshatriya kings, they had this liberty to produce child from others also, but this was forbidden. So eventually Devani got 2 children, and the children's name Yeah. Devani gave birth to Yadu and Turvasu. And Sharmishta gave birth to Druhyu, Anu and Puru. So Devani is surprised. How did Sharmishta get children? From whom did she get children? And she investigated and got to know that actually Yayati only gave children to Sharmishta. Then that became Kurukshetra, family Kurukshetra. They started fighting. Immediately Devani went and told Shukracharya that Yayati has broken his promise and he has given children to Sharmishta. And Shukracharya became angry. And one of the symptoms of anger is one loses one's intelligence. Shukracharya lost his intelligence in his anger and he cursed that Yayati became old. And after cursing, he realized, oh my God, what did I do? My daughter, what about my daughter? Your daughter will have an old husband. So then he realized, oh, it's a mistake. And Yayati also came and begged forgiveness. Shukracharya ji, please forgive me. You have made me become old, but I have strong desires to enjoy. Without a young body, full of vigor and sensual strength, how can I enjoy this world? So I need young body. My desires are not yet fulfilled. I want to fulfill all my desires to my heart's content, and only then I will be satisfied. So please do something so that I can fulfill my desires. So then Shukracharya gave one solution. What is the solution? You have 5 children. So if one of your 5 children accepts your old age, so then you can become young. You can take their youth and you can give your old age to them. So this exchange offer is possible. Sometimes shops also give, you purchase one item, you don't like it. Then they say you can't return it for cash, but you can exchange it. Right? So Shukracharya gave this exchange offer. Then they became happy. These are my obedient sons. Surely they will accept my proposal. So, and a child is supposed to follow the father's orders. So, but surprisingly, they refused. Some of the sons refused because they wanted to enjoy. Father, you want to enjoy, don't you think that we also want to enjoy? We are also young, we also want to see this world, enjoy sense gratification, but you're exchanging. So he says, when Yayati received this benediction from Shukracharya, he requested his eldest son. Who was the eldest one? Yadu. My dear son Yadu, please give me your youth in exchange for my old age and invalidity. But Yadu Maharaj refused. Mata mahakritam vatsa na tripto vishayeshu aham na tripto vishayeshu aham. I am not satisfied with sense enjoyment. Vaisa bhavadiyena ramsaye katipaya samah. Some more years I want to enjoy sex life, he says. My dear son, I am not very satisfied in my sexual desires. But if you are kind to me, you can take this old age given by your maternal grandfather, and I may take your youth so that I may enjoy life for a few more years. So this goes to show that even when one becomes old, the desire to enjoy may be there, still there. So it's not that with old age the desires will go away. Desires will remain, but the facilities are taken away. That leads to frustration. So that's why it's expected that by the time one becomes old, one should have done with all the material desires. Koi ichha nahi. Then he can be peaceful. If he still has unfulfilled desires, then it is difficult to be peaceful in old age. So that's how the varnashram system, brahmachari, grahastha, vanaprastha, sannyas, brahmana, kshetra, vaishya, this varnashram system is designed in such a way that if one does his ashrama duties very nicely, then by the time he is old, he would have done with all the material desires. Koi ichha nahi. Right? Brahmachari life is training life, then grahastha life is life of responsibility and fulfilling material desires. And by the time one comes to Vanaprastha age, he should be done with all his desires. No earning money, no responsibilities, no attachment to family also. They give full time to Krishna consciousness. So, but Yayati, he was not yet renounced. He had not attained that stage. So he is hankering for sex life again. Yadu Ruvacha, Yadu says, Shri Yadu Maharaj saying, Notsahe jarasa sthatum antara praptaya tava aviditva sukham gramyam vaitrishnam naiti purushaha. Yadu Maharaj says, I will not accept this old age. And he gives his reason. What is the reason? My dear father, you have already achieved old age, although you are also very young man. But I do not welcome your old age and invalidity, for unless one enjoys material happiness, one cannot attain renunciation. Right? For common mass of people, when they experience sense gratification, when they understand the futility, temporariness of sense gratification, then one can give up sense gratification. Very few people can give up just by understanding, by hearing, like Haryashvas and Shaudasvas, children of Daksha. They just heard sense gratification is miserable, this material world is miserable, get out of this world. So they refused to get married. They entered into sannyasa ashrama directly. They didn't even come back to meet Daksha. Right? So that was a powerful preaching of Narada Muni. So they got delivered. But such kind of people are hardly 1% of the whole population. Because of previous punya karmas, bhakti karmas, which they have done, they have got that adhikar and ability to immediately understand and give up. But mostly everybody requires to experience. And once they experience, then they will realize, जो प्रवचन में बोलते थे ना सही है. And so then they will understand, okay. At least by the stage of Vanaprastha they will give up. Isn't it? So after enjoying, so Yadu Maharaj is telling, yes, you have become old, although once you were a young man, but now I am young, now I have not experienced what it means to be, what it means to enjoy sense gratification. So I want to enjoy and see, so that I can give it up, because I know that I have to give up, but I am not able to give up because I have not sufficient experience. So once I experience, I will give up. So my goal is to attain liberation, and for that I need this youth, I need this experience. So I will not exchange. You reject? So yeah. So Maharaj Yadu was different from his brothers. As stated in the next verse, Turvaso Chodita Pitra Truhyus Chanuscha Bharata Pratyachakyur Adharmagnaha. Right? Dharma unko pata nahi tha. Kisko? His younger brothers. Maharaj Yadu's brothers refused to accept their father's proposal because they were not completely aware of dharma. Adharmagnaha. To accept orders that follow regulatory principles, especially the order of one's father, is very important. Yes, father's order has to be followed. Therefore, when the brothers of Maharaj Yadu refused their father's order, this was certainly irreligious. Maharaj Yadu's refusal, however, was religious. If somebody is rejecting the order of a superior, understanding that this decision will help me to progress in Krishna consciousness, and that is not adharma, that is dharma. But if somebody is rejecting superior's order on account of his own personal sense gratification, then that is considered adharma. So Yadu Maharaj knew what is dharma, but others did not know. So it was certainly irreligious. They committed adharma by rejecting the father's order. As stated in 10th canto, Yadoscha Dharmashilasya, Maharaj Yadu was completely aware of the principles of religion. The ultimate principle of religion is to engage oneself in devotional service to the Lord. So that is ultimate dharma, paro dharma. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhaktir adokshari. There are so many dharma here in this material world. There is putra dharma, there is tri dharma, there is varnashrama dharmas, right? But there is paro dharma, and paro dharma is serving Krishna. See, Yadu Maharaj knew that the ultimate dharma is devotional service. Yadu Maharaj was eager to engage in Lord's service, but there was an impediment. During youth, the material desire to enjoy the material senses is certainly present. And unless one fully satisfies these lusty desires in youth, there is no chance of one's being disturbed in rendering devotional service to the Lord. Right? Nirvana moha jitasango dosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kama. One should become nivritta, retired from all material desires, lusty desires. Only then one can fully engage in Krishna consciousness. So, one way of giving up these lusty desires is by hearing. Intense sadhana. The fire of intense sadhana can destroy these material desires. Just like you have some seeds and you roast them in tawa. So then you put it in the ground, it will not fructify, it will not germinate. So one can roast it like that and give up material desires. That happens by intense sadhana. Another way of material desires, removing material desires is, okay, regulatedly enjoy and experience material sense gratification. At the same time, keep hearing Bhagavatam and Krishna Katha. Then a stage will come when you will understand that spirituality is, Krishna consciousness is higher taste and material taste is lower taste. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehina rasavarjam rasopyasya param dashtva nivartate. So by experiencing material enjoyment and also experiencing spiritual happiness, one will compare, material happiness, the sex life, this material sense gratification, that is very, very insignificant. Spiritual, chanting the holy names, Lord's beauty, Lord's Katha is so sweet. So he'll get taste for Krishna Katha and he'll give up lower taste. So param drishtva nivartate. So that higher taste should develop. So for that, regulated lifestyle, regulated sense gratification and Shravana Kirtan is also recommended. Then one can give up. So that's why Grihasthas, it is recommended that one should have regular satsang at their home also. So that some sadhus come, they speak, and nice kirtan is held, and then people, the family members get the benefit of that, and slowly they can advance in Krishna consciousness and develop that higher taste. And a stage will come when we will be able to reject lower taste. Yamunacharya is quoting this verse. Yadavadi mama chetah Krishna padar vinde navanava rasadhamni udyatum rantumasid. Yadavadipati nari sangame smaryamane bhavatu mukhavikara shushta nishtivanamcha. So he is telling his experience that when I am chanting Hare Krishna, the names of Krishna, and I am thinking of Krishna, Krishna padar vinde, right? So the pure devotees of the Lord, they meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord in their heart. So Yamacharya is telling that when I meditate on this beautiful form of Krishna and Krishna's lotus feet, such higher taste comes to me every moment. Navanava rasadhamni udyatum rantum asid. And I am experiencing that great bliss in my heart. And in this state, if I get some thought of material enjoyment, especially sex life, he says, my lips curl in distaste and I spit at it. Right? Bhavatu mukhavikara shushta nishtivanamcha, he says. So this is a higher taste which one is expected to develop. And for that, some people require that regulated gratification. So Yadu Maharaj said, I want to attain that higher taste, but for that I need my youth, so that's why I am not going to exchange. Right? We have actually seen that many sannyasis who accept sannyas prematurely, not having satisfied their material desires, fall down because they are disturbed. Therefore, the general process is to go through grihastha life and vanaprastha life and finally come to sannyas and devote oneself completely to the service of the Lord. Maharaja Yadu was ready to accept his father's order and exchange youth for old age because he was confident that the youth taken by his father would be returned. But because his exchange would delay his complete engagement in devotional service, he did not want to accept his father's old age, for he was eager to achieve freedom from disturbances. Moreover, among the descendants of Yadu would be Lord Krishna. He said, if I become old, Bhagavan kaise aayenge? Now, Lord Krishna has to come, so I have to get married, I have to have my family life, and then only Lord Krishna will appear in my family life, in my family. So he had this purpose, a religious purpose. That's why he refused the order of his father. This was not irreligious because Yadu's purpose was to serve the Lord. Because Yadu was a faithful servant of the Lord, Lord Krishna appeared in his dynasty as confirmed in the prayers of Kunti. Yadoho priyasyanvavaye malisyeva chandanam. Yadu was very dear to Krishna, who was therefore eager to descend in Yadu's dynasty. In conclusion, Maharaja Yadu should not be considered adharmagnya, ignorant of religious principles. As the next verse designates his brothers, he was like the four Sanakas, Chatushkumaras, right? Chatushkumaras also rejected their father's order. Who is the father of Chatushkumaras? Brahmaji. So Brahmaji was very happy. I got 4 children. First lot, 4 children. He said, all of you, okay, get married. And now you produce children. But these 4 Kumaras said, Father, please forgive us. We don't have any interest in marriage. We all want to continue our austerities and we want to preach Krishna consciousness. So please excuse us. Father became angry. Right? As it happens when anybody becomes brahmachari and joins ashram. Right? Father, mother, they became so angry. But these 4 Kumaras were steady in their determination. So father became angry, but he again cooled down after some time. Then he produced another child, Shiva. Lord Shiva appeared. Then after that many more Prajapatis were created by Brahmaji, like Daksha and Kashyapa and others. And they started producing, and then like Kardama, and they populated the whole universe with children. Because the 4 Kumaras wanted to engage themselves completely in service of the Lord as brahmacharis, their refusal to obey their father's order was not religious. So Kumaras disobeyed their father. Yadu Maharaj disobeyed Yayati. But this disobedience of these 2 people, it's considered dharma because they disobeyed for a higher cause to advance in Krishna consciousness. But the other children, Turvasu, Druhyu and Anu, they disobeyed, right? Because they were unaware of religious principles, they thought that their flickering youth was eternal, and therefore they refused to carry out their father's order. So these 3 children in between, Yadu was Dharmagnya, and middle 3 people, Turvasu, Druhyu and Anu, they disobeyed. So Yadu Maharaj, Yayati became upset with them. So he sent them out of the kingdom to other countries. So Prabhupada says they sent Turvasu to Turkey, modern word. So, and Druhyu and Anu to other places like Greece, he says. Prabhupada says. So, King Yayati then requested youngest son. Who was youngest son? Puru, who was younger than these 3 brothers but more qualified. My dear son, do not be disobedient like your elder brothers, for that is not your duty. And sometimes the youngest son has to sacrifice. Elder brothers, they disobey, but youngest has to obey. So do not disobey like the elders. Be obedient. Follow my order. Puru says, O your majesty, who in this world can repay his debt to his father? By the mercy of one's father, one gets the human form of life, which can enable one to become an associate of the Supreme Lord. And by father's mercy, one gets the mercy of the Lord, he says. So Puru was obedient. And Puru said, it gives a very nice verse. Kindly repeat this verse. Uttamas-chintitam kurya proktakari tu madhyamaha adhamo shraddhaya kuryad akartochharitam piduhu. 4 categories of disciples. Uttamaha chintitam kuryat. Uttama disciple is one, Guru ने इच्छा किया, father ने इच्छा किया, बोला भी नहीं, just he desired and it is done. So that is Uttama Bhakta. Right? Like Hanumanji. He does more than expected. Hanumanji was told, you find Sita and come, but Hanumanji found Sita showed his power to Ravana, and estimated Ravana's strength and came back. That is Uttama disciple, topmost disciple. Then second category is Proktakari to Madhyama. Jo bola so karo. Yes sir. Right? बर्तन उठा दिया, उसको धोया नहीं. उत्तम डिसाइपल बर्तनों से धो के भी आते हैं. राइट. सो समझदार को इशारा ही काफ़ी है. गुरु सेज ओके डू दिस प्रोग्राम, ही डज एवरीथिंग. बट देन प्रोक्त कार्य तो मध्यमा पोस्ट प्रिंट करके लाओ, पोस्ट प्रिंट करके लाओ, फिर नेक्स्ट प्रभु जी अरे लगाओ इसको, उसके बाद प्रभु जी अब सब कुछ बोलना पड़ता है. दैट इज मध्यमा. जो बोला उतना ही किया. बट वी शुड एटलीस्ट वी शुड भी मध्यमा. जो बोला सो करो, गड़बड़ नहीं करना चाहिए, जितना बोला उतना करना चाहिए. बट हाईएस्ट इज उत्तमा. ही अंडरस्टैंड द मूड ऑफ द गुरु. ही वांट्स ओके गुरु वांट्स मी टू प्रीच. Okay, he wants me to do this event. Okay, I'll make the poster. I'll go and distribute the posters and pamphlets. I'll register people. Then I'll do program. Then I'll call my Guru. Guruji, सब कुछ ready है, class के लिए आ जाइए. So that is the topmost disciple, isn't it? And after the class is over, he'll take feedback also. Then he'll say, Guru Maharaj, these people liked it. These people did not like it. This can be improved. This can be adjusted. Okay, this is first class disciple, isn't it? So, उत्तम चिंतितम कुर्यात, प्रोक्तकारी तो मध्यमा, अधमो अश्रद्धया कुर्यात. अधम मीन्स गुरुजी बोलते रहते हैं, क्या करे, करना पड़ता है, दीक्षा लिया हमने तो हमको शिष्य है तो करना पड़ता है, नहीं तो कृष्ण नहीं मिलेंगे तो करना पड़ता है. तो इसलिए सम फोर्स इज देयर, सम रेजिस्टेंस इज देयर, बट स्टिल ही डज इट. ग्रडजिंगली, हेजिटेटिंगली ही डज इट. और ही विल से नो किसी और को दे दो. And he will delegate it. He will accept it but delegate it. खुद नहीं करता है. So the ashraddhaya kuryat. And then last category is akarta. Guruji, I will not do. Father, I will not do. That is fourth category. Akarta. And he is considered to be stool of his father. Uchcharitam pitu. Useless. Stool is of what use? It only causes pain. If it is inside, it causes pain. Release, it gives smell, bad smells. Rejected. So, such a father, such a son who is disobedient, is considered to be stool of his father, he says. A son who acts by anticipating what his father wants him to do is first class. One who acts upon receiving his father's order is second class. And one who executes his father's order irreverently is third class. But a son who refuses his father's order is considered to be father's stool. So then Puru Maharaj says, I'll surely follow. In this way, the son named Puru was very pleased to accept the old age of his father Yayati, who took the youth of his son and enjoyed this material world as he required. So Yayati got youth and he enjoyed. And later on Yayati made Puru as the king because he obeyed my order. So in today's verse it is mentioned that Jara, the old age was accepted by Puru, and Jara, because somebody married him, so Jara blessed him with kingdom. Okay, old age. But what is the use of big kingdom in old age? We can't enjoy. So ultimately it is useless. So that benediction is also useless, Prabhupada says. So that's why one should try to practice Krishna consciousness in young age. Right? If one gets Krishna consciousness in old age, it's good. At least he has got something, the good thing. But he will not be able to practice properly. So that's why if one gets Krishna consciousness in youth, that is much better. One can fully engage in Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada, in the last, he gives a one punchline. He says, one should not wait for old age in order to become Krishna conscious. Due to invalidity of old age, one cannot make progress in Krishna consciousness. However opulent he may be materially, right? So one boy joined ISKCON temple. Father became angry and he came. And he said, छोटे बच्चों को लेके गए आप मंदिर में ज्वाइन करवा दिया. He became very angry. So and he was telling, ये तो बूढ़ा होने के बाद करते हैं, 60 साल के बाद करते हैं. She was giving arguments to the president. When one becomes 60 years old, then he can come and join. So give our son back. No? They went and told the son, this is your father is telling that when you become 60 years old, you can come. So you go back. The boy was very intelligent. He said, see, my father is 60 plus. And let him come inside, I'll go. And president went and proposed, see, your son is telling that you are 60 plus years, you stay back, we'll leave your son. बच्चे को लेके जाओ. Wait, I'll consult my wife and come. He went and consulted his wife. सुनो ऐसे ऐसे बोले हैं, तो मैं चले जाता हूँ, बच्चे को वापस लेके आ जाता. नहीं, तुम रुको, बच्चे को चले जाने दो. Wife did not allow. So it is difficult, right? What is the guarantee that one lives up to 60 years? Right? Recently there was a seminar on heart attacks. Right? So at the age of 25, 27, 40 also, people are getting heart attacks. So what is the guarantee one will survive up to the age of 60? It's not possible. So that's why one should practice Krishna consciousness seriously when one is young only. And one should try to adjust his material life to whatever, keep material life simple, but give more time to Krishna consciousness. Because nobody knows what is in future, how long we will live, how many moments we will live. We don't know. So that's why let's take to Krishna consciousness seriously now itself, because old age is coming. She is attacking all of us. Nobody wants it, but she is attacking, she is proposing. Right, white hairs will become white, then they'll start falling, then you have to put hair dye, then wrinkles will come, you have to go to doctor, teeth will fall, you have to go and put dentures. All this is a symptom of old age. She is attacking very subtly. So better till before that last stage comes, better practice seriously Krishna consciousness. I'll pause here. Anybody has any comments or any questions on this topic? Anyone want to share something? It's clear, no? Scary topic, huh? Yes, bro. So how did Yadu know that Krishna will appear in this? Yeah. Prabhupada right says that he knew. Birth chart. Any other comments? So we'll end here. So just now Janmashtami got over, so nice topic to discuss about Yadu Maharaj's devotion. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran ki jai.